right, welcome back. We have some breaking news this morning. So British police now saying 4 injured and a suspect was shot after they drove their car into a crowd of pedestrians and stabbed multiple people near a synagogue in Manchester. We will have more information on this as the story develops. And of course, as always, for the latest in the breaking news, head to newsmax.com for more.
To the American people who are watching, the reason your government is shut down at this very minute is because, despite the fact that the overwhelming majority of congressional Republicans and even a few moderate Democrats supported opening the government, the Chuck Schumer AOC wing of the Democratic Party shut down the government because they said to us, we will open the government, but only if you give billions of dollars of funding for health care for illegal aliens.
All right, welcome back to Wake America Early. That was Vice President J.D. Vance explaining the root cause of why the government shut down due to Democrats wanting money for illegals. So we just entered day 2 of the shutdown. So for more on this, we're happy to welcome in Texas Congressman Brandon Gill. Congressman, good morning. Thank you for waking up super early with us this morning. I just want to get your quick thoughts on Vice President Vance's comments. Do you agree? Again, it really seems to all be boiling down to the Democrats wanting this money for these illegal immigrants.
Well, thanks for having me on. That's exactly what this is. Remember, all this is that House Republicans passed out of the House 2 weeks ago was a clean CR to keep the government open for 7 weeks so that we could run the regular appropriations process to fund the government the way it should be funded. Now, this is a bill that Democrats have voted for multiple times in the past, including in March of this year. So what's changed between then and now? It's that Chuck Schumer has some political pressure from his left, from AOC, and wants to show his liberal bona fides by fighting for health care for illegal aliens. That's something that the vast majority of Americans disagree with. They're with Republicans here. All we're saying is we want to be proper stewards of our tax dollars. We want just this clean CR. That is a good faith measure, good faith negotiation to keep the government open for just a few more weeks, and Democrats won't do it. This is a Democrat shutdown, plain and simple.
Yeah, and it's the vast majority of Americans don't want that, but it's also a little funny because back in 1996 and even after that, Chuck Schumer didn't want to be funding illegal programs either. So he has completely shifted gears. But Democrats just staying defiant, denying that any money will be going to illegal aliens. However, in a oopsie moment, California Congressman Ro Khanna seemed to slip up, saying about 90 to 95% of funding is for American citizens. That means anywhere between 5 and 10%, probably on the low end there, are going to illegals. Number one, is this number accurate? Number two, what do you make of that statement?
Well, listen, absolutely what the Democrats are advocating for is giving taxpayer dollars for Medicaid for illegal aliens. It is right there in the bill text from the continuing resolution that Democrats proposed. So there's no debate about whether that's actually what they're advocating for. That's what the bill text says. They realize that they're in a position where their far left base wants this. Their far left base, the same ones who want boys and girls bathrooms and boys and girls sports, also wants taxpayer-funded health care for illegal aliens. But the rest of the country doesn't. And that's the position that Chuck Schumer is in right now, is how to walk that. And listen, what I would encourage Democrats to do here is to take a step back, breathe, and finally, for once, put the country above partisan politics so that we can get the government reopened, so that we can turn the lights on in Washington and begin the actual work for the American people we need to be doing.
Yeah, and I almost want to quote, John Fetterman, who he actually said he's one of the ones who voted in favor of this. He said, quote, "My vote was for our country over my party," which is exactly what they should be doing. I guess my question to you is now, how long do you think this will go on? Because they want $1.5 trillion. That's not happening.
No, it's not happening. They want to take $1.5 trillion of your hard-earned tax money to give to all kinds of liberal pet projects. That's irresponsible. We're not going to let that happen. You know, we'll see how long this lasts. The ball is in the Democrats' court. Again, we came to them with a very clear, good faith continuing resolution. It wasn't filled with Republican or conservative priorities. It was just a measure to keep the government open, and Democrats rejected it. So I imagine Chuck Schumer is going to be checking the polls every single day to see how long he can last before the American people are clearly with Republicans, in which case, hopefully, we'll get out of a shutdown shortly. But the ball is in their court, and we'll see how long they want to push this.
Yeah, let's continue with Chuck Schumer. This is one of my favorite moments. Appearing on CNN to talk about the government shutdown and seem to have a little bit of an audio issue. Let's take a look.
A Republican who's gone on TV the last 12 hours or so has called this the Schumer shutdown. What do you say about that name? Senator Schumer, can you hear me?
I can't hear.
Senator Schumer, can you hear me? I don't think Senator Schumer can hear me right now. Maybe the government shutdown included audio on Capitol Hill.
Congressman, absolutely unbelievable. He can't even face the American public there to answer any questions. My goodness, what did you make of that moment?
You know, it is emblematic of a senator who not only can't hear CNN and left-wing media, but can't hear the American people who want to see us get back to work in Washington, and is instead shutting the government down. So again, the ball's in his court.
Yeah, absolutely. Congressman Brandon Gill, really appreciate you coming on this morning and discussing everything. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.